Good morning, Card Bean. It's RJ back with another video. Let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Another two like last on Monday. Two really cool cards that I picked up, highlighting Mike Schmidt. That I'm gonna fix this card in here. It's sliding inside the holder. Anyway, card highlighting Mike Schmidt and his autograph, limited number autograph cards I picked up off the bay. First one is from this year's product, 2023 Topps, just stars. It's kind of a very simplistic name, but these are just MLB stars. That's the name of the insert. This is baseball stars. This, you can see it's coming out of the dang holder. Look at that. I got to fix this. I've got to work on that one there. It's sitting nicely now. Okay. So it's the red parallel version, numbered out of 25. I haven't seen any of the others up on the bay other than this red one. I noticed that most Mike Schmidt autos are selling in the neighborhood of $50 to $100. Mostly, I can get an auto for about 75 bucks. Anything over 100 is a little crazy. It has to be really, really limited if I'm going to even think about paying that, but this is out in 25, red parallel, the stars version from this year. Next one I got, I was stoked to get this one because it is a one-of-one auto. This is Panini, or actually I don't even think it's Panini. It's like, is it Panini? I'm not even sure. It's Leaf. Not Leaf. I think Leaf is still cranking out their own cards. Leaf Metal, an insert set called Enshrined. It's one of one. Now, it's interesting. There's a number of these enshrined that are one of one, but the pattern is different. I think this is the gold crystal version. It's impossible for me to know because I don't even know what defines one versus the other, but I logged it on the tradingcarddatabase.com as a, the gold crystal one. Maybe I'll find out I'm wrong. But this is an autoed one of Mike Schmidt. It's not licensed by MLB, so there's no logos on it. Unfortunately, that's the same with the last one of one I have. That's auto. This one's Leaf Lumber. This one not only is an auto one of one, it's also an auto relic one of one, which is really cool. So those are my two one of one auto cards for Mr. Schmidt. Very happy to have that. Today's random baseball item of the day is a 1994 Roberto Alomar card from Post Serial. You can see the logos are airbrushed out because it's one of those licensed by Major League Baseball Players Association, but not Major League Baseball. So this is representative of most of the food insert projects you got back then. Obviously, it's got the license here through MSA, Michael Schechter Associates. As you will see on most of these unlicensed products from the 70s all through up to about 2000. I don't know what Michael Schechter's doing anymore, but he stopped licensing product. And it's just a cool card, the kind of thing you get literally inside the cereal boxes in a plastic coating, or kind of like a pack, clear cellophane pack. You had one or two cards inside the cereal box, and you were so thrilled when you got anybody. This is a 30 card set total. He was number 18 of it, and just a neat little card. One of those sets. I do have the whole set, obviously, but always, it's just something lying around I figured I'd share with you all right? So, today's trivia question. Up there in front of you are two of the greatest pitchers of all time. You have Sandy Koufax. This is on his 2021, I believe. 2029, you have Panini Absolute. This is the retail version. You also have, not an often, seldom seen card from Upper Deck. This is called the Fly Ball. It is a game card that you use. It was one of when computers were getting really, everybody had a computer in their home back in the early 2000s suddenly, and gaming and interacting were the big thing. Upper Deck put out this game set, and you could interact with the computer, and it was, called Flyball, and they had these cards that went with it, Legends of the Game, and this is the Bob Gibson version. So those are your two cards that you could win. The question, in having two of the greatest pitchers up there of all time, is there are several members of the 3,000 Strikeout Club. Considering all of the members of the 3,000 Strikeout Club, which one has the most number of career victories? Who has the most career wins of all of the members of the 3,000 Strikeout Club? Email me the correct answer. I will include my email in the description below along with the repeat of that question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer, and we will pick a winner on Sunday. Good luck to everybody on that. So today, I've been waiting to show off these guys for quite a while. Two little sets that I love. The second one more so for the first one, but I'm going to show off the one first, and then we'll get to the really awesome one I was just beyond thrilled to acquire one day. So I have here what is listed, and I want to qualify that. For whatever reason, this is listed as the 1988 Donruss Pop-Up set. If you know your Topps product, in the Topps rack packs, those three celled hangers you got back in the mid-'80s, they included one card of a glossy, what they call the glossy all-star set. And it was a set of 22 cards, which was all the position players in each league who started in the all-star game the previous year, plus the manager of the team, plus they would either inserted a random honorary captain in some years. In other years, they put in a reliever. Donruss started doing that. These pop-up cards, sometimes they were standard size or just slightly under standard card, actually. But also sometimes they were a little elongated, they were a little longer. And the reason is where these came in was not in the standard set release, not in the standard packs, but in the packs that went along with their all-star cards. There are 3x5 oversized all-star card packs they put in there. These were randomly inserted into those packs. And in this case, it is one member of the starting members of each all-star squad, but also the manager. So the reason I say this is highly likely not an 88 card set. Now, it is on the tradingcarddatabase.com as an 88 release. It was sold to me through the Bay as an 88 release, but on the back, it does say copyright 1987. We all know that a lot of times these manufacturers produce the cards at the end of the year before so that they were ready to go in early February to the consumer. But the manager on the American League is John McNamara, okay? The manager for the National League is Davey Johnson. And everybody knows these two people squared off in 1986, not 87. So these were the two managers on the squads. This had to have been a 1987 release. I don't know why they label it as an 88 set. That's the way it's on the tradingcarddatabase.com. But that's just the way, I'm going to consider this an 87 product. Don't care what anybody else says. Unless maybe if I buy a 1988 unopened pack of the All-Star cards, the 3x5s, we'll see what's inside of it. But without that evidence, I'm going to believe to my dying day that this is an 87 release. So here we go. These are the members of the American League, I should say. This is the manager, John McNamara. He was the manager of the American League team, the American League pennant winner, the Boston Red Sox, who went to the World Series against the Mets. So John McNamara, the rest are your starting lineups for the American League. Yeah, and these were, I put these, there's no numbers on the back, so I put these in field position. So number one being pitcher, etc. Brett Saberhagen, Terry Kennedy of the Orioles, Don Mattingly, no surprise there. Willie Randolph, interestingly. Wade Boggs, no surprise there. Cal Ripken, no surprise there. George Bell, no surprise because he had an MVP type season around about then. Ricky Henderson and Dave Winfield. So nobody shocking to see other than, maybe Terry Kennedy, really. I guess that's what all best they had there. Davey Johnson was your manager. Mike Scott, 100%. This one, well, Scott was really a good pitcher at the time, really good. Gary Carter, obviously a stud. Jack Clark at first. Ryan Sandberg at second. Mike Schmidt, yay. Third base, Ozzie Smith, that goes without saying. Eric Davis, Andre Dawson, and Darryl Strawberry. Now that is a hell of an outfield right there, especially in that time of baseball history right there. Those three guys were killers. So that is my 1988, I will say 87, but it's referred to as, it's detailed as an 88 set where I could find it, Donruss Pop-Ups. All right, the other set I want to show off today, small set, is one I am unbelievably thrilled to have. You just don't see this in set format before. I have never bothered to look it up to see what the set was because I've only gone for it from my Mike Schmidt to have, because it was a Mike Schmidt. I'm a Mike Schmidt collector. This is what I want. I never considered buying the other ones, but when it's available in set form, I will snag it in a heartbeat. It is the 1981 Permagraphics credit card set. So there you have it. These are, just like with the Donruss set we just looked at, these are the starting members of the All-Star game. The starting lineup of the All-Star game. There are 18 cards, 9 each, just the players, no manager this time, of the two teams. And these are actually numbered, so I'm going to, if you look down here at the bottom, the last number here is the card number 150 ASN 8109. You'll see that the 9 is changed. So this is, Gary Carter is card number 1 right there. So that's why they're in this order. So here we go. Gary Carter, Dave Concepcion, and Andre Dawson already being an all-star, George Foster, Davey Lopes, Dave Parker, Pete Rose, Mike Schmidt, and Fernando. So that is your National League squad, your American League squad. George Brett, Rod Carew, Bucky Dent, Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, Jack Morris, Willie Randolph, still an all-star, Ken Singleton, and Dave Winfield again. And again, they're called the Permagraphics credit cards. If you look at it, it literally is a credit card style design. It's got it even has the signature line. I think this was more to try and get you to get the player to sign there as a signature, an autograph kind of thing. But you can see down here, oops, sorry for the bump, Permagraphics is listed as the company that produced the card. All right. But it's one of those cards, whenever I got it from Mike, it seemed hard to find them, but they were just so cool. And then I saw on the Bay the other day, the whole set was available, and I was like, oh my God. I snapped that sucker up so fast. And it's just a cool thing for me to say I've got a full set of these Permagraphic cards. There's a couple different sets. They did them for 3 years, 81, 82, 83. I do not have any of the 83 Mike Schmidt cards right now. I look all the time on the Bay. I don't keep like a automatic notification on there, but I do look all the time. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I think this is super cool. I'm happy to have it, thrilled to have it in my collection. I love it. I love it. That's all I'm going to say. So I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget the trivia question. Those cool picture cards are available as the prize. Check in the description below to refresh your memory. Appreciate you checking by today. Please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody else in this great community, all right? Come back again on Friday one more time. Take care.